Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will read, learn and understand a very deep, beautiful and philosophical poem of famous poet Rabindranath Tagore. The poem is The Last Bargain. So without delay, let's see what is there in the poem. A bargain is an agreement in which both parties promise to do something for each other. Someone is looking for work, waiting to be hired. He strikes a bargain but thinks it worthless. Worthless means useless. He tries twice again but doesn't like either. Finally, in the last bargain, when he is hired for nothing whatever, he is happy as never before. What is the bargain and why is it the best? A bargain is a process in which two people or two parties they promise to do something for each other in return of something. Here in this poem, a person is looking for work. He is waiting that somebody hires him. And 3 times he strikes a bargain. He is about to be hired, but he does not like any of the bargain. And finally, in the last, he is hired. He loved that bargain and he is very happy about it. What is this bargain about? Let's see in the poem. Come and hire me, I cried while in the morning I was walking on the stone-paved road. A man, a person, a laborer you can say, is crying, is shouting, come and hire me. He is walking on a stone-paved road. That means a road covered with stone in the morning. And he is shouting, he is crying for him to be hired. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. He held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. Now a king came in his chariot. Chariot is a vehicle which is driven by 2 horses. In the old time, kings used to travel in a chariot. So a king comes with a sword in his hand. He is powerful. He holds the hand of the person and says, come with me. I will hire you. I have power. I am powerful and with my power I will hire you. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. His power counted for naught. That means his power had no importance. It was not at all necessary for that person who wants to be hired, because he did not want to be the slave of power or the slave of a king. So he denied to the king and the king returned away. Now in this line, I was walking. W sound is repeated, there is alliteration. We will discuss figure of speech at the end of the poem in detail, since it is here in this stanza, so you remember that at these points there are alliteration. Now let's see the second stanza. So in the morning a king came to hire him. Now let's see what happens in the afternoon. In the heat of the midday the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. Wandered means roam around here aimlessly, and crooked means twisted, not in one line. They were twisted. So now in the afternoon, midday is afternoon, when the doors of the houses were shut because it was very hot. Again, this person is roaming around in the twisted lanes. He wants to be hired. He wants somebody to hire him. An old man came out with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I will hire you with my money. Pondered means thought carefully. Now in the afternoon, a rich old man came. He had a bag of gold. He came with all his wealth. And he thought carefully and then he said, come with me, I will hire you. See, so he offered this bargain to this person, to this laborer, that come with me, I will hire you. He weighed his coin one by one, but I turned him away. So he weighed, that means he presented his coin to this laborer one by one, but the laborer again denied to this person because he did not want to be slave of wealth. He denied the wealth as well. So in afternoon also, when a person with lot of money came to hire him, the person turned him away. He did not want to be hired by that rich man. Now, in the evening, the garden hedge was all aflower. Hedge is a fence of bushes. So in the evening, again this person was walking and the garden, he reached a place where the fence of the garden was all full of flowers. Flowers were blooming. A fair maid came out and said, I will hire you with a smile. A fair maid means a beautiful woman. A beautiful woman came and she said, I have beautiful smile. I am young and beautiful and I will hire you with my smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears. Her smile also faded. It became dim. It turned into tears. And she went back alone into the dark, because the laborer denied to this fair maid also. It was just upper beauty that the women had, and as soon as the laborer denied it, the beauty faded, the smile faded, and tears started coming out. And this woman, she was also sent away back into the darkness. So in the morning a king came, in the afternoon a rich man came, and in the evening a fair maid came. But all of them were denied by the laborer, because he did not want to be slave of any of these people. Now these have a different deep meaning that we will see at last in the later part when I tell you figure of speech. The sun glistened on the sand and the sea waves broke waywardly. Glisten means shining, and waywardly means not in a proper order. They were haphazard. Now the sun, it was late evening and the sun was shining on the sand, and the sea waves, they were coming towards the beach. They were not in a proper order. They were coming in any order. A child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I hire you with nothing. So a child was playing on the sand, and as soon as the child saw the man, the child knew this man, and he raised his head and told this person that I will hire you with nothing. I want to hire you with nothing. I am not going to pay you anything. And from henceforth means here on, from that time, from that day onward, that bargain stuck in child's play made me a free man. That bargain which happened with the child play, that the bargain that was there in the child's play, made this person who was looking for a job a free man, because he was not slave to any of the worldly possessions. He was a free man. He was happy because the child offered him to play with him. So the bargain was about playing with the child. And this man, who was so happy with this small thing, that he was now, henceforth from that onward, he played with that child and he was a free man. He was not a slave to any of them. Now in this line, sun, although little part, but sir sound is prominent in this line. So sir sound is repeated in sun, sand and sea. And made me a free man, mer sound, m sound is repeated. So there is alliteration.
Now let's see the poetic devices used in the poem. First we will see the rhyming scheme. For rhyming scheme, we mark the last word of each line. In stanza first, let's mark the last words. Morning, which we will mark A. Road doesn't rhyme with morning, so it is marked B. Chariot, C. Power, again doesn't rhyme with any of the above, D. And again we have chariot, which we will mark C. So the rhyming scheme for this stanza is A, B, C, D, C. Similarly, you can find the rhyming scheme of other stanzas as well. Now, figure of speech used in the poem. We have already seen alliteration. It is the repetition of consonant sound in closely placed words. In these lines, we have already marked alliteration in the poem. Second and most important figure of speech used in the poem is symbolism. Symbolism is an object, an idea or a person that means something deep, that represents something else, and it has a deeper meaning. And it is not just what the words mean. So in the poem, many symbolisms has been used. Let's see what are they. Stone paved road and the crooked lane, which we have seen in the poem, symbolizes hard and difficult path which the poet was, actually the speaker was traveling on. King in his chariot with sword in his hand symbolizes power and authority which the king had. An old man with a bag of gold symbolizes wealth and abundance. A lady with a smile that we saw in the poem symbolizes beauty and youth. Morning symbolizes hope and courage. And evening and darkness symbolizes hopelessness. So these are actually deep meaning that has been used in the poem. Now let's see the question answers. Here are the question answers of the poem. You can pause the video and see the question answers, or you can write them yourself first and then cross-check. So this was the poem, students. I hope you have understood it, you have liked it. Thank you for listening to the video. If you have any question, please write in the comment box. If you want to see other videos of the class, all the videos are uploaded in my channel. You can just search them by writing AKS English classes and the particular topic, and you will find the video. That's all for this video. I will see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye.